Well, hello there and welcome to another week. This is your snowplow news video and we are excited to talk about what has already happened. Snow cover. It has been already in spots where we've seen some significant amounts of snow. It seemed like the clock got ready to strike Halloween and then flip over to November. So let's take a look at the eastern area here. Yep, definitely. Lake effect snow accumulations up to a half a foot. This was the cool spot. Right along Lake Michigan, it rode the gradient, this Alberta Clipper system spinning around, that energy with the extra moisture along Lake Michigan producing almost a foot of snow in spots. Significant mountain snow out west. Colorado, even into the Front Range, seeing a few to several inches of snow. And then, of course, we had that kind of kickoff event that dropped a half foot across portions of the northern plains. So welcome to winter season. We get a little bit of a taste. Now, can we keep it coming? Not too much, not at least widespread. We'll see a little bit more snow over the course of the next few days in the high terrain. There will be a decent amount starting to add up in western Canada, and then once you get in towards portions of far eastern Canada, but for the United States as a whole, not really a ton coming up. We still have some very cold mornings for you. Temperatures bottoming out, feels like wise, in the single digits, maybe in a couple spots along the Canadian border, but a lot of temperatures into the 20s and 30s for sure over the course of the next few mornings. But there comes a little bit more of a warming trend as we go throughout portions of mainly your Saturday and Sunday as we start to push in average to even slightly above average type temperatures. Here's the overall setup. High pressure is going to really dominate across the eastern portion of the country. We're going to see this system slide across portions of the west. That's what's going to produce a little bit of that intermountain snow, but not a big deal. We see a little bit of that snow again towards the Hudson Bay, but again, mainly quiet with just some weak low pressure systems over the course of the next few days or so. A little bit of rain for the Great Lakes into the far northeastern corridor, then more high pressure. So we get a nice break in here with just a couple of little rain systems. It's not going to be anything too crazy active with big time systems until probably closer to mid-November. Big warm air taking place across portions of the west into the deep south. It will remain chilly for the most part. Outside of a couple days here and there that touch average or slightly above, it's generally going to be a pretty cool pattern. Great Lakes, upper Midwest, in towards the northeast. Still decent drought conditions. So we showed you those few systems that move across kind of this corridor here into the upper Midwest and Great Lakes, but nothing really too far south. So the drought conditions continue to get a little bit worse. That's just the way we're going to rock and roll with it. Strong El Nino this winter. We talked about that a little bit last week. We're going to go into more detail. Above normal, well above normal sea surface temperatures. And you get a little bit of the cooler sea surface temperatures compared to average just to the north. This is how it works. With normal conditions, you start to see kind of that balance, but you get this what's called upwelling effect as you go in towards more of that El Nino, and it spaces apart more in the way of some warm air as well. And that displaces the jet stream. It puts a low up here for the most part. Typically warmer air and drier air across portions of the northern U.S. for wintertime. The tropical jet keeps things more cloudy, more rounds of rain to the south. That would be good news. I do think we could have some other factors that contribute that might not make it look exactly like this throughout the winter, but that might be the prevailing pattern because it is a fairly strong El Nino. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back next week probably talking about some more storm chances here on your Norcast weather and snowplow news video forecast.
This is your Norcast weather update.